tired? Do I look tired? What's that noise? Anyways, so today we've got a bunch of clips. I started filming this, I think the next day after I got back from California with the bus. And basically we're gonna go over, well, a few clips here and there with my phone. We change the oil on the bus, then I get a dumpster delivered, and we start working on loading that up. And of course I blather on about assorted things throughout the whole process. So anyways, here you go. Bunch of clips over the last couple of weeks. How long has it been? Time flies. Yeah, enjoy. Okay, so it's Tuesday, and here working on the bus. I don't think I got a picture of this before. Actually, there's probably a video clip I could pull it out of, but this this cover was here, this bar was there, and that kind of went around the driver's seat, making a partition, and the bar went from here over to there. The plan is going to be to swap this seat out for a different one, and it'll slide back, and then we're going to put a swivel on it. And then the floor, here, let me switch cameras. Using the manual chair, by the way. So we've got a step right here. We've got this little ramp that comes down. And I think what the plan is at this point, going to get some plywood or whatever, we're going to basically fill this ramp in from about here so it's level. And we're going to keep this level of the floor right here all the way up front to right here. So when you come up the steps, there'll be one more step right here up to this height. Then this whole area we'll make into a platform. Might do it over there too, I'm not sure, that doesn't really matter. But the idea is this is all gonna be flat, all in here, and then we'll have our transfer seat base right there, and I'll be able to slide that back, rotate it, park my chair right here, slide into it, and then we'll be good to go. I think that's the basic plan. These seats are stupid heavy. I was able to unbolt that one and kind of push it back there. That was a little bit of work, but we got it done. And yeah, we've got a lot more seats back there. I have not been in the bathroom yet. I don't know what that looks like. It's all the way back there. We're going to be extending that up forward. So we're going to leave the luggage racks in. I mean, I've got plenty of clearance here. I don't need to worry about that. But we're going to leave the luggage racks in, take that wall out of the bathroom and extend it up this direction. Then I'm going to put a shower in there and probably move the door a little bit. We'll leave that back wall alone. I might eventually put a bed over there. I haven't figured out the layout yet. We need to get the rest of the seats out of here before I figure that out. But I'm pretty sure we're going to extend the bathroom up this way, just because the toilet is in that back corner. And if you're sitting on the toilet, you're facing the front of the bus. There's a lot of stainless steel work and stuff in there that would be difficult to move. I mean, the other thought was extend the bathroom this way and then put another wall further up. But I think that's going to kind of waste some space and be a little more difficult. Just blowing out that wall, pulling it up. And, you know, like I said, the height doesn't matter. The shower is going to be right around in here somewhere. And, I mean, there's going to be a seat in the shower anyways, so I don't really care about the height. Whoever can just deal with that. Having as much storage as possible is good, but that is the tentative plan for right now. These seats are easily 100 pounds each, so yeah, we're gonna save a lot of weight getting all these things out of here. I did some napkin math on the way up here, and I think it was about 2,700 pounds roughly of seats, maybe a little more. But yeah, we're making progress here. I picked up 2 engine oil filters for this thing today. It was like $53 for a pair of those. They're big 1.5" filters. And I've got the oil already, engine oil, Rotella T4 1540. That's what we're running. Heavy grade diesel oil. None of that none of that LE stuff. This is an older engine. So, oh, I'm waiting on a pump to get delivered from Amazon. I'm going to use one of those boat style engine oil change things. It has a little tube that goes down the dipstick, and you can pull all the oil out of the engine that way. That way I don't have to get under the bus. Don't have to worry about spilling oil everywhere. You can just pump it right out into 5-gallon buckets. And this thing holds about 10 gallons. So, oh, I don't know if I can get to the filters. I think through one of the side engine hatches on the driver's side, you might be able to get to them. Well, regardless, I'll leave those on there. I'm going to, well, I already got the thing warmed up. If it takes too long for Amazon to get here, I'll warm it up again so the engine oil's warm. And then I'll just change the oil and have a friend come over and spin on a couple of new filters. But So this bus is a long way off the ground. I'm using the manual chair because it's easier to get around in here, and also it weighs less because I'm cycling this a few times without the engine running. So I'm gonna show you this thing in operation, I guess. Let's see here. My Amazon delivery guy here. This is an electric pump that allows you to change the oil without pulling the dipstick on the pan. Now, you may think, well, you probably should pull, not the dipstick, the drain plug. You probably should pull the drain plug because you want to get all the garbage and crap out of the bottom of the pan. And while that is true, it looks like the oil in this thing hasn't been changed in a while, so my plans here are to pull all the oil out, put new oil in, spin on the filters, and then run it for a little bit. After running it for a while, I'm gonna change the filters and probably pull the plug on the pan. I think it's dirty enough that it warrants 2 oil changes. But anyways, we've got some tubing and stuff here. And, oh, look at this. A cute little pump. Nice. So this thing just hooks up to a 12-volt battery or jump pack or whatever. Yeah. So this goes on here and then clamps down. So this will go into our 5-gallon buckets. Then we've got a thinner hose here that is somewhat rigid. Now this isn't long enough to make it down the dipstick, so I'm going to put an extension on here and then it just slips on here. Cool. Well, I'm gonna go get some 5-gallon buckets ready and we are going to pull some engine oil out of this thing. Welcome to the Detroit Series 60. This is the 12.7 liter variant. We've got our little Amazon pump down here. Turns out the tubing it came with wasn't long enough, so I went to the hardware store and got some of this stuff. So the idea is we'll just jam this down the dipstick tube into the oil pan and connect the pump. Get the feeling that this is glued on, so we'll just cut this off. There we go. Oh man. These jeans are not going to survive today. And now we can power it up and see what happens. Oh, there we go. I'm assuming this is self-priming. Hang on a minute. Ah, there we go. Just a little bit slow. Oh, you know what? I should have warmed up the engine again. I'm gonna do that real quick. I think I figured out our dead battery problem. Yeah, about that. Fast forward an hour or so, a neighbor came over and we were chatting for a bit. So got about 3 gallons of oil out of here so far. I turned this thing off to let it cool down for a little bit. Let's go ahead and fire it back up. So it's not the fastest thing in the world, but it's definitely easier than using a hand pump, that's for sure. And here we are another hour later. Got about 4.5 gallons there. Gonna start transferring them into these waste containers. This is a very slow process with 1/4-inch tubing. So got the oil change done on the bus. Turn on this light. There we go. I ordered a transmission filter. It's a pretty large thing. Turns out that they are full flow, which means there's no bypass. So there's a few different kinds of filters for oil. Most of them that come on cars, it's a spin-on sort of filter, and when it gets clogged, there's a valve inside that opens up. And if the filter gets completely clogged, no more fluid or oil is going to get through it. So that little bypass opens and allows the oil to continue circulating throughout the system. But a lot of times on large industrial equipment or large diesels, they use what they call full flow filters, which do not have that bypass, which means when they get clogged, the oil does not pass through them, or it does, but it's severely restricted. Transmission filter on this bus out here is full flow. It's the last thing I want to change on it before we go diagnosing mechanical problems. And I think there's a good chance, maybe, I don't want to jinx it, but I think there's a good chance, based on other things I've worked on, that could be having some effect on fourth gear and reverse. Because by the time you get up to fourth gear, and also since it shares the same clutch packs as reverse, it requires the most amount of pressure and flow from the hydraulic system in the transmission. So, all that being said, we're going to go and pick up a new filter. I don't know how I'm going to get it on there. It's buried way back in the engine compartment that I can't really get to it, but we'll figure something out. Oh, reminder, and I need to pick up my mail at the post office too. Anyways, time for coffee. Okay, here I am sitting in the engine bay. I put a bunch of tarps down. So we're trying to get the serial number and exact model number from the transmission. So I mixed up some Dawn dish detergent and water, attached a scrub brush to a stick, and I managed to get down in here with that brush and clean off the tag. Transmission is way back there. See that red thing? That's our tranny filter back there. And there's the transmission. So there's no way I can reach that filter. Light is causing rolling shutter. So I can't really reach back here to get it. So I think what I'm gonna try and do is go underneath this thing. The airbags have completely deflated right now, so it's sitting on the bump stops. It's safe to crawl underneath here. So I'm gonna try and shimmy underneath here and see if I can get to that filter. Good times. Look at this old school service light. Isn't that awesome? And all the plumbing in here is like copper that's like sweated together. It's just, I don't know. The more I look at this thing, the more interesting it is. Oh, it's the turbines. So upon further inspection, this thing is really low to the ground. Our tranny filter is right up there. So I think if this wasn't here, I might be able to get an arm in there. Whoa, that is a muffler. Holy cow. Actually, here, let me shove you guys under here and see what we can see. Oh, that's kind of a ways up there. This might be a job for someone that is a little bit more able-bodied than me, because they're gonna have to get their head right about here. And oh, this tire, this is one of the tag axle tires. This looks like it needs some help. Maybe we could pull this thing forward and dig a pit in this gravel underneath here. That might actually be an easier way of doing this, because this is all gravel. All you have to do is dig it down like maybe a foot or something. Anyways, I'm gonna ponder this some more. I'll be back. All right, we're in the garage, making more progress. We've got this whole area here pretty much emptied out. I kind of like the aesthetic of this garage with all the wood paneling and exposed beams and stuff. Too bad it's all slowly falling down and there's so many electrical issues. I mean, check this out. You're supposed to run Romex stapled to exterior boards, right? And there's not just one. Like, there's a whole stack of wires there that feed into this wall, which, by the way, this is that storage room I'm using. And interesting construction practices here. Weird little room in the back for storage. I'm waiting for a friend to come over this afternoon later to grab, well, a lot of this stuff came with the house. The stuff up here is mine. And yeah, so anyways, I'm waiting for someone to help me get that out of here. But I mean, look at this. So we've got these lights up here, right? See how these fluorescent lights are connected with what looks like lamp cord? If we follow this down, it's screwed in with a light bulb adapter to that socket. Here's what's left of the solar wiring. That's 220 volts there. Comes down to this box. And there's the sub-meter for the power generation. As you can see, we've got live wires hanging out here. You know, that's cool, right? So, anyways, I'm making good progress. By the way, yes, I have a lot of stuff. Anytime I post videos like this, there's always a flood of comments saying, what are you doing? Like, are you a hoarder or what's happening? Well, first and foremost, none of your business. 2, life changes and things happen that you don't plan about or can't plan for. I've had a number of jobs over the years that involved a lot of different things. I'm not making excuses, but I'm just trying to explain. Everyone's different. You may live a minimalistic lifestyle. I don't. And one of the reasons I don't is because that's how I make my living. Not going into all that, but anyways, things have changed yet again, and priorities have changed. So most of the stuff's going away. It's getting sold, thrown in the dumpster, whatnot. To the very small percentage of people, I just felt like I had to explain that. The rest of you know what's going on. So anyways, back to the video. So far, in this storage room, I've got pretty much everything off the racks. These are all empties up here. Those are some manual chair wheels I need to figure out what to do with. Got a couple more chairs I'm probably going to be getting rid of that are just strictly parts only and don't operate. I think a friend's dad's going to be coming over to pick up these racks at some point. He's the one that actually gave them to me, so that's nice. Oh, and I'm keeping the plywood. This is good 3/4 inch plywood, and we're going to use that in the bus to modify the floor in the front. So, yeah. So, here's a picture of what this room used to look like. There was a lot of stuff in here, and the crates were stacked 3 rows deep. And all of that now has fit into these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 crates, basically. Those two I need to combine. And this one here, well, that's actually a recycle bin. But, yeah, everything in that room that I'm keeping is right here. So, yeah, I'm feeling really good about the progress here. And we've got Yawn Dumpster out here, which is probably 3/4 full at this point. Right now, what I'm working on, because I've gotten the bulk of the stuff thrown away, I'm going through some wheelchair parts and other things and sorting everything. So, got a little workstation set up here. I'm taking apart joysticks and sorting stuff into appropriate bins so I can keep track of it all. This one here is wheelchair chargers. This one is, I actually need to sort this out a little more. There's some old controllers like VR2 stuff. I think there's maybe an RNet one down in here somewhere, but yeah, I'm going to sort everything out into more appropriate bins and get it all labeled. The rest of these are all empties here. Update on the yard. It's slowly growing back. It's still completely filled with random construction debris and stuff. I don't even know if you can see it. Yeah, so there's like random bits of wood and sawdust and roofing material and all that, but I've decided to go ahead and keep watering it and mowing it as it comes back. So it's one less thing the owner can get upset about. I think here by the time I'm gone in about 3.5 weeks, we should have a lot of the grass back. I might even throw some seed down here just for no reason. Right now I have a little bit more privacy than usual because we have this wall parked out here. Rose bushes are doing pretty good. But yeah, anyways, one thing the owner is super concerned about is these little things sticking up here on top of the Japanese maple, and also the one over here. He's like super upset about that because, you know, keeping up appearances, I guess. I don't know. But anyways, I think we're recovering nicely. I've got some photos. When they were doing the roofing project, they just had a dump trailer and a bunch of stuff just parked right here. And they kind of destroyed this hedge a little bit. But hey, whatever. Not my hedge. Life moves on. Yet another beautiful day out here in the driveway. I've pulled out our horizontal vertical bandsaw, and I'm cutting some bracketry that I need for the bus. I forgot. It's really difficult to get this old Harbor Freight saw to cut straight, but luckily not super important on this application. And actually this piece isn't too bad. The first one was a little bit off, but whatever. Next step is we're going to need the drill press because we got to make some holes that have fairly precise spacing. It's back in here. By the way, I got my old Bruno curbsider back. I forgot I left that in a friend's shed years ago. But I think I should be able to swivel that thing around and get to it okay. Oh, by the way, a friend is stopping by in a little bit here. I know I said that yesterday, but he's actually on the way. We're going to get this room unloaded, so should probably get some of this stuff out of the way. Progress. All right, my friend just stopped by, and we got all this stuff out of that side room. And I think most of this is probably going straight in the dumpster. Yeah. Everything remaining in here, except for the garden hose, is all stuff that came with the house. So that can just stay right in there. And yeah. What do we got here? Oh, this is from when I was making the PVC pipe soccer guards, I think. Oh, and this is the wheel kit off the generator. That's for this one right here. Which is on a Quickie Pulse 6 power chair base. That's about all those power chair bases are good for, is hauling around a generator. And they don't even do that very well. All right, cool. Well, I'm going to get to work sorting the rest of this. And yeah, sweet. Man, the sun out here is so bright that I can barely see anything. So you can see the camera adjust, but even with sunglasses on, the glare is so bright. It's kind of annoying. Probably also doesn't help that there's a white van parked right there, and the table I'm doing my sorting on is also white. Light sensitivity. Well, so I've got darker glasses I can put on, but then I can't see anything in the shadows. So, yeah, maybe I should wait till the sun gets a little bit lower in the sky. All right, we're getting the pile whittled down here quite a bit. Lots of interesting stuff. So this here is a piece of tire tread. I think back in 2010 or something, I was driving one of my buses back from California, and we blew the right front tire. And we wound up having to call some sort of truckers or roadside service to get the tire changed out. But when I got back later, I found this wrapped around the pitman arm on that front wheel. So yeah, probably don't need this anymore. It was just kind of a reminder to check your tires. Yeah, always something you want to do. I am so tired right now, but I got something delivered from Amazon. It's in this weird little plastic / fabric bag. But since I got my new chair, which I'm not sitting in it at the moment because as I'm doing all this work and loading the dumpster, I don't want to scratch the new chair. But since I got the new chair, I want to outfit it properly with everything I need. And this is a holder with the mole straps on it. Let's see here. Yeah, so it's got the molly on the back there, but this is a holder for my collapsible baton that I carry with me. Instead of jamming it next to my leg or something, I think having this on the side of the chair would probably be, oh, it's expandable. Would probably be a lot better. I was asking some friends of mine that use these things, and they were like, oh yeah, this is the one to get. They said you have to wear it in. Oh, look at that. It fits perfectly. The heck is this? And yeah, so with this Velcro on the back and the molly, I should be able to attach this to the side rail on my chair. Then, if I need the thing, I can pull it out and, what do you do with these? Reach things on high shelves in grocery stores. Of course, now that I've deployed this, I'm not going to get it back closed without breaking the floor. There's been numerous times where I try to collapse this thing and it cracks the concrete. Anyways, on the new chair, we're going to be going over bags and backpacks and all that stuff. I was going to make this video a few months ago, or that video, whenever it happens, but things happen, I don't know, whatever. The only trick with this one is it doesn't have the hole in the end, so if you need to put it back in the case, you can't do that. There's another version of these that allows you to put it back in there, and there's a hole in the end. But the problem with that is you have to put the thing in there backwards, and then it can deploy while it's in the pouch. So, anyways, whatever. I'm ridiculously tired. I don't even know why I recorded this. All right, I'm gonna throw some chicken wings on the grill and watch some TV, I think, and catch up on messages. Yeah, we've got a few of those. Yet another day is about to conclude. I am so tired. The exercise is good, but my elbows and shoulders are not in a good mood. But let's take a look at the progress we've made. So here's the garage. I know on camera it probably doesn't look like a whole lot has gotten done in here, but all this stuff over here was all the way out to right about here this morning. So we got all that taken care of. This stack of crates here is wheelchair parts that I've sorted, and I've got everything labeled. Oh yeah, I think I have clips about using shrink wrap or something. So I discovered a new secret weapon. It's shrink wrap, or pallet wrap tape, combined with sort of blank newsprint. Check it out. Got all the joysticks in here, labeled, protected. All of the mounting arms. Nothing's going to scratch anything. It's all labeled. Fantastic. Ordered a bunch of this from Amazon. And a whole bunch of this packing paper stuff. Also works for other boxes that are falling apart and stuff. Yeah. Sweet. I don't know, whatever. So yeah, that's all good. This little room over here, which you can't see inside of, is as clean as it's going to be. We've been working on the brackets for the bus. Got some holes drilled in there. Where's those bearings? Yeah, I gotta mount some flange bearings and stuff. Oh, let's look at the dumpster. These are all pretty crappy bins and totes that I'm probably just gonna get rid of because, yeah, I've kind of standardized with some other stuff. And these two ones here, these are ginormous. These were the last two to get emptied that filled the dumpster to its capacity. And we still got the electric lawnmower over here. I guess I'm probably not going to be making the remote control lawnmower at this point. That was the whole reason I bought that thing, but whatever. And this is full. So, yeah. It's difficult to show the progress of cleaning stuff like this. Actually, this is a fairly good angle. Yeah, it's still hard to tell, but it doesn't really show up on camera, but lots of work has been done. By the way, this new dumpster was free, and it's larger. The first one I got was a 2-yard dumpster, and it was like $114 or something, delivered, all fees and everything included, so that wasn't too bad. But the garbage company around here is wildly incompetent, and sometimes that works in your favor. I called to order the second one, and they were like, oh yeah, it looks like you have a credit on your account of $114, so yeah, we'll just, looks like you're good to go, we'll get it sent out. Then this one showed up, that's a 3-yard, a little bit bigger. They didn't even take my card information, so I guess it's free? Anyways, I haven't done anything in this room today. It's pretty much about in the same state as we saw it last. All empty crates and totes up here. Oh, that was it. The other van is completely full of all the empties. That's why there's a lot more crates and totes than are up here. But yeah, the white van is completely full of those that are empty. One of my friends, by the way, John, you're getting more parts than you bargained for. Here's another seat back. And I'm going to load you up with, well, maybe 2 seat backs and some other stuff. But yeah, this door. That's why I'm not using the new F3 while I'm doing all this, because I continually smash into stuff. Anyways, I think it's time to get some dinner. I'm going to pull the rest of this stuff back into the garage. And actually, I think I'm probably going to finish editing the video before I do that, because I need a break. Then we'll see about dinner. But yeah, things are coming right along. I have till, I got like 2.5 or 3 more weeks or something. I'm looking at getting a workspace or like an industrial studio or something like that, just to kind of use as a workspace. They usually have like a warehouse space in the back and a little office in the front, and you're allowed to run businesses and stuff out of there. So I think that'll probably be a good base of operations for now. And there's a lot of stuff that's not going to fit in the bus that I need to hang on to. And also, you know, set up a computer and actually have a reasonable internet connection and do all that stuff. So anyways, things are still developing. We're still figuring out how this is all going to work, but pressing forward. It's obnoxious to have to keep moving constantly, and I'm done with that now. The next place I move into is going to be a place I own. Don't know where, don't know when, but the bus is going to allow me to take my time and find the proper spot. Anyways, we'll leave it there for now. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in a few days.